What up? What up? What up? What up? What up, Rattlers? It is your favorite Thursday night sports talk show, all centered about your FAMU Rattlers. This is the Fang Exchange, and of course, I am your boy Elsdean, and we are excited to be here tonight. We're gonna have a little bit shortened show tonight because we got a bye week, so we don't have any players with you tonight. But that's okay because we're still happy to be here, and we're still trying to reach our goal of $10,000. So we need you here. But we're going to talk about tonight's main topic is really talking about those money games. Like we just played at the University of Miami. We made some money. We're going to talk about is it worth it or is it not? So we'd love to get your opinions. You drop those in the comment section. So before we begin, a couple things I need for you to do, like we always do each week. Number one, let us know where you're watching from. I see my girl Demetra is already in the chat. That's what's up.
Hey,
Top chatter in the building.
Hey,
so yeah,
Demetra.
so let us know where you're watching from. We also like to know when you got to FAMU or when you were there. You know, it is what it is. I see you, Ashton. So let us drop that in there as well. Also, if you got a friend that you know that needs to watch this program, tag them, let them know, hey, look, Fang Exchange is on. You need to go and get it. And then number three, if you have any questions or if you have some comments, if you want to jump in and we'll put your comment on screen. As you can see, we'll put your comment on screen as we're talking about the money games. And are they worth it or are they not? You know, what's your feelings on that? So I know you didn't hear, you see my lovely co-host here. So we got my girl Ashley C, Fang Exchange, and of course, homegirl here, ATL, Tashay. What's up? What up? What up? What up? Hey, Meredith.
We got Meredith checking in with us.
She got the phonetic spelling, Ratlos. I love it. I love it. That's what we're talking about. So, all right. So, question. We just got beat down by Miami. Nobody expected anything. I mean, you know, the final score was closer than what I expected because Miami is a really good team right now, and so the fact that we were able to put up points and keep it to where I think we beat the spread. So if you gambled or you're a gambler and you bet Miami, you lost because we kept it inside of the spread that was predicted. So just got a question: are those games worth it to you?
Ashley, you want to kick it off?
Right, so you're gonna put me out there right there. B Starks, we see you out there. Okay, so are they worth it? Are they worth it? Okay, my disclaimer is I'm a person who can see both sides of the coin, right? It's probably I'll pick a side.
Pick a side.
I will pick a side. But I always try to make sense of what's going on. So that's my disclaimer, right?
Okay.
So your question was, is it worth it? So when you consider, okay, so from a competitor's mindset, I'm a competitor because I played sports. I grew up as a competitor. So my mentality is that of a competitor. I even went into sales after that's competition, the ability to kind of challenge yourself. I'm all for that progress. So from a competitor's mindset, it's worth it if we do it within the confines for a comparable team, right? So University of Miami, I don't know if we could have predicted that they would be a top 10 team. Cam Ward would be a Heisman hopeful. When this game was scheduled, could we have predicted? I mean, let's just be honest. Miami been down. I mean, sorry, Shay, but Miami been down for a long time. Now, do we think we walked in and let's say we scheduled this game 3 years ago and we walked into this thing like Miami been down. We got a chance. We've been up, you know. But the difference in programs and resources are going to be there no matter how down Miami, for example, would be, right? So those are the kind of factors that kind of come into play. Well, for me, it's worth it if we're playing comparable competition that goes up, if that makes sense. Number one, I think it's worth it because the athletes enjoy these types of games for kind of like a parameter for them to determine. A lot of them have come from FBS schools, so they aren't really afraid. Again, they're athletes, so they have that competitor's mindset, and it gives them the opportunity to showcase themselves. And we do get the funds typically. Now, I do think that we need to get out of it the amount of money that's worth it if we're going to play a top 10 team with a Heisman Trophy winner. So $1 million, because we see other schools that are FCS levels that get 1.4s and the 1.6s, and here we are getting less than. So I do think the money should kind of compare to the competition of the level of play. And then also, if we're going to do a money game, that perhaps we play a team that's more in line. Like Troy this weekend, this upcoming game with Troy is more in line, and it's still technically considered a money game, right? Am I right about that?
I don't know if Troy is a money game.
I don't know if Troy is gonna drop $1 million.
Troy not dropping $1 million. No, I can imagine it. I think somewhere along the lines of, you know, some money being paid to come in. But my overall point, I'll sum it all up and just say this. I think it's worth it for the sake of the athletes and what they desire to do. If we're number one playing competition that's comparable, we're getting the right exposure. It has to all make sense for me. That's the best way I can say it.
Yeah. I'm a just piggyback. Both of you all said everything. I'm with Demetra in the comments 100%. Until the alumni, we can, you know, but I'll say this to go along with what Demetra said. Maybe we can't raise 750,000, but I think a realistic goal when we're going and playing some of these teams for 250,000, 300K, that is something that you know, I just feel like that is not worth the what a lot of our athletes endure ultimately. You know what I'm saying? And you know, for our athletes, like Ashley said, that competition, they want to, you know, I hate to say play up. It just, I hate to say play up, but you know what I mean, as far as conference level and things like that. It is, so, but they want to, because they want to be able to showcase their talent, you know what I mean? But like, for example, you know, we play UM this weekend and we pulled our starters at the half. UM is still playing their first string quarterback. You know what I'm saying? Cam Ward is still playing clear into the third quarter, towards the end of the third quarter. And our first string is, you know, already out. We got our second string out already. So sometimes I feel like there's a humiliation factor. And like I said, I understand the economics 100%. We get the economics. It's just hard, even as a fan, you know, just in straight fandom. For me, I took my son, and my son was at 10 minutes left. He was like, "Mom, I can't take seeing this anymore. I can't take it anymore." I'm like, "No, we got to stay to the end. We true fans." And we did. But it's hard to watch, because I feel like sometimes there's a brutality within it. You know, football is physical. Don't get me wrong. I'm not going the woman route, but you know what? I just feel like sometimes, and well, I'll say this, being in this NIL space and having to solicit dollars from the fan base, I do understand how it can be tough, you know, why you have to play those games, right? So doing this has really helped me to understand even greater when you're talking about stabilizing a budget. But, you know, I really feel like, especially a program like Miami, and this is no shade, I think that our athletic department does a great job negotiating, and from what I can tell, I think we got one of the higher payouts this year at least. But a team like Miami should have been giving us nothing less than $1 million, nothing less than an M. That's how, you know, that's what I would hope, something like that, because like Ashley said, other FCS programs that are not necessarily HBCUs, NIU upset Notre Dame last week? $1.4 million. For $1.4 million.
And they got $1 million out of it.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, it's no shade or slight to, because we love our athletic department at Fang Exchange. Okay, those are our people. We are partners. We love the athletic department.
We work together.
But yeah, I just wish that we could negotiate some better, and our boys be needing a band. Negotiate some better budgeting for our band to be able to get there, because it was crazy in that stadium.
It was loud.
Ashley was, let me give y'all a little inside scoop. Ashley was fancy. Ashley
you go.
was fancy, y'all. Ashley was in the suite. Okay, I was with the regular. I was with the regular commoners. Okay.
Oh, whatever. Here you go. Here you go.
I was with the commoners, but I was in the stadium and it was crazy loud. It was so bad. We were about to score. It was 3rd and 1, and we were about to score. We on the 1 yard line. It was so loud in that stadium. Sorry, they couldn't hear and they jumped off sides.
Oh,
so yeah.
They said Ashley was big time. Okay.
No, I wasn't.
Oh, she was big time.
I ain't gonna lie.
She was schmoozing. She was schmoozing.
I went the last 3 years when we were playing Jackson State, and I was in the suite all 3 times. So I ain't gonna lie. So it is what it is.
Let me tell you something. If I get $1 billion, I will always be in the stands on the 50. It's just in me. I got to be out there screaming. I just got my voice back last week. I can have $10 billion. I got to be there.
Right. Well, we got Georgia. That's a good point. Penalty talk. Thank you for the comment. We're on Georgia's schedule in the next 2 years, I believe. I think we're
28.
So it's coming up.
We got to do something about that.
So I do. You know what? I'm gonna sound like Ashley for a hot second. I see both sides. I'm old enough to understand the reasoning why, because we've got 2 revenue generating sports.
Yep.
And that's basketball and football. And basketball really, from when I talk to previous athletic directors, basketball really only makes money from the tournament.
Right.
They get a piece of the tournament dollars. It's not making money during the season. It's just the tournament dollars.
You got to get to the tournament.
So when we're thinking about trying to have a sustainable program, and you got to think about how Title IX works. So now we're giving y'all the skinny on why this is what it is. The way Title IX works is if you have a certain number of male programs, you have to have an equal number of or comparable number of female programs.
Right.
So now 6 male sports, 2 are revenue generating. Baseball's not revenue generating, but it's a popular sport. Golf won titles. We're keeping the golf thing. So we're keeping these other sports. You have to have comparable female sports. So now you've got, football, you can't have it, but you've got basketball, you've got volleyball, tennis, whatnot. They're not revenue generating, but they got to have uniforms, they got to do travel, they've got budgets associated with those sports. So this game, a game like this where there's $750, $900, $1 million, goes a long way in keeping those programs active and viable and keeping that status. So that part I understand. The fan in me says it's not worth it.
Right.
Because
you get nervous, like, don't get hurt.
I can get hurt. These dudes trying to make highlight reels. That's why they're keeping the quarterback in. He's really stat padding.
For his Heisman
That's
run.
exactly what it was. I believe that's what it was for that Heisman.
He's trying to be a Heisman candidate, and at the end of the season, not gonna say, well, these 300 yards came against FAMU. They're gonna just be like, he threw for X number of yards and X number of touchdowns. And so this is the stat padding game. And they probably in that locker room talking about that. Ooh, I'm gonna get me a couple stats. Ooh, I'm gonna get me this. I'm gonna get me that. Because they're stacking the pack, their stats. So that from that point of standpoint, but I feel you, Tashay. The competitor in me always been that way.
It's kind of like they're not gonna back down.
I'm gonna fight. Like and I've been on some bad teams, and I would be like, in my head, I'd be like, we're a bad team, but they're not gonna know I'm bad.
True, you're right.
I'm going to show them I can play, okay, and I'm gonna go out there and show, So it's a mindset. I think ultimately, what's our Fangs Up podcast? I would appreciate y'all coming in every week.
He makes a good point too. That kind of would take the conversation into another direction. So we'll probably have to steer it back, but it goes into what Demetria is saying as well. So he's basically saying football and basketball, if I'm understanding, and correct me if we're wrong in the comments, Fangs Up. That he's basically saying football and basketball are only sports that really charge. I think that's what his comment is insinuating. If that's true, And Demetri comes back and says, is there any way we can charge $5, $10, and maybe it may not be
Would you do
rating
that?
as
Would
much
you
as
pay
others, but
$5? Because my son plays travel baseball. He's in high school. He plays travel baseball, and we had to pay for those tournaments. Even after I paid for him to be on his travel team,
right.
when we go to the tournaments, they say, "Where's your wristband?" And you could pay for that particular day, or you could pay for the weekend. And so Demetri, I feel you. I just don't know if baseball is a big enough draw, because I went to Georgia Tech when they came here to Atlanta, and you know how big Rattlers are here in Atlanta, and it was sparsely attended.
Yeah,
we paid for that game, but they weren't there, and we were at a nice stadium here, right up the street from my house, and I went because I love baseball, but it wasn't a lot of Rattler fans in the stands, and so y'all think about where that baseball stadium is on campus, off in the cut.
Yeah.
You think students gonna go over there and then pay $5 or $10?
Or you know what I think, especially when we're talking about like basketball, because that's always a big thing, even in the SWAC in general, is how poorly attended the other sports are. We are a football people. We are a football people, and we'll go to those football games, but the other ones we don't go to. And so to charge, it may be hard, but that goes back on us as alums. Now, I will say this, for example, for basketball, it's harder because when you think about a basketball game, it might be on a Tuesday. How many of us on this chat right now live in Tallahassee and can get to a game on a Tuesday?
Now,
none. You know what I'm saying?
And I go. I'd easily go on a Tuesday. If I were in the city.
In the city, exactly. But we all live, 3-4 hours away, and so to get to Tallahassee to go to a game on a Thursday or a Tuesday, it's really hard. I think students do get in free. Fangs Up. They get into it. It's in your tuition. So
that's what he's saying. The students should get in free, but people like us, the fans around and honestly, for baseball, even softball, but we put a good product out there. Like, it's not like
volleyball too.
Volleyball,
we've been kicking butt. We've been kicking butt in the SWAC.
So we need to make sure it's a part of the culture that we support those non-revenue generating sports, and that are even more than maybe some do, because people go, but let's support it, as a unit, as a whole, that brings in dollars.
Right. So let me
I
don't want to I don't want to be just complaining.
Right.
We Ashley and I did a little math a couple of days ago, right? And we were looking at how many season tickets could get us the money that we made in this game. So we made $700,000 to go play UM, right? I bought season tickets last year, okay? I don't know how much they are this year. I'm paying more, obviously, because I'm going to every game. But I did buy season tickets. They were $250, I believe. If 5,000 people purchase season tickets, right? That's $1.2 million, right? How large is our fan base?
It's more than 5,000.
It's way more than that.
We had 15,000 at the first home game, right? That's a start. So, that's probably roughly how we average.
And I know the athletic department is like, yeah, you guys are in our meetings right now. This is what we talk about all the time. But and I wanted to get you guys' thoughts on that. Just to pull on that, just that thought, right? Ellis, what do you think about that? That 5,000 people buying a season ticket.
Well, okay, I have two thoughts. One, I think that's absolutely what the next athletic director should do, whether interim or not. That should be a campaign to get every year. That should be the goal of getting people to renew or sign up to where we can have a sustained 5,000 ticket package, like 5,000 season tickets sold. That's number one. Number two, I think, and this is coming from a place of privilege, they need to raise the price. Because understanding that we know that some of that season ticket money goes to other things, $250 minimum, I would say, based on what they should have tiers. $250, you up, you want to come down, $500, you want to be field level, $750, right? Because it's part of a fundraiser, and those are the type of things. Those are the type of things like just for example, across the street, across the tracks there in Tallahassee, they have PSLs. You have to donate money for the right to purchase season tickets. And that's the same thing here at UGA. So I've got, I know some folks that are season ticket holders at UGA, they're spending $50,000 for the right to buy season tickets. And then the season ticket is based on where you buy that ticket. It's based on the face value of that ticket times the number of home games. So you pay $50,000 plus if you got some good seats, that might be $200 a game times 6-7 games. Now you're gonna pay another, $2,000-$3,000, and they do that every year willingly. It's sold out. There's waiting lists at these schools.
Yeah.
We don't have the same amount of alumni as they do.
Yeah,
right.
Get it, but we should be able to get to 5,000 and get the 5,000 at $500 for lower than X level, than $250 for above that, and let's get the 5,000 tickets sold, 5,000 season ticket packages sold. I bought some for my in-laws. We bought them for their anniversary. Bought 2 tickets, season ticket packages, to say, hey, look, happy anniversary. And they go to the game. They drive from Pensacola and go to the games. And so it's like it can be done. Even like I buy season tickets for myself, and I don't even go to all the games. But I know the support,
and that's a good mentality to have.
Than actually being there.
Than saying I can't be there at every game. Right.
That's the mentality. That's literally, they were stealing my thunder in the comments. I was literally going to say that, Ellis. We got investing in champions, which kind of has that tiered level thing that you were talking about. But also, like Demetra said, when I went and started seeing some of the other prices for season tickets, we have the highest. Their tickets are like $150, $175. We got the highest ticket sale, like ticket prices for season tickets in the SWAC. And so that's why, like last year, I knew I couldn't go to all the games, but like you said, it was just about the support. Right. And, literally, I feel like if, Rattlers, we work more in transparency and vision. So if there was a campaign laid out like, hey, if we do this, if we have XYZ amount of people, 5,000 people to purchase tickets for $250, and I believe that opening ticket sales earlier than April will be more beneficial because many of them start, I think season tickets like start up around April or March usually is what I remember seeing. Yeah. Let's start it way earlier the next year. That way, some people believe in they want the Klarna type afterpay type of thing. Let me be able to pay $25 a month. You know what I mean? So we started the previous year. And I don't know, like I said, I don't work in the athletic department on a budget. So I don't know what the reasoning is for starting in April. But my thought, if we could begin it earlier, maybe we could, get people to pledge to go ahead and do the season tickets and we could knock out 5,000 people. And then, we secure $1 million.
We got to leverage technology for this, right? And because I think sometimes, and I'm just going to tell you my personal experience when I first bought season tickets. They were $90 a seat. Okay, that was number one. And then when we called, like, first of all, I couldn't buy it online at that time. And we called, and they said, well, Miss Betty's at lunch. She's the one that sells the season tickets. That sets. I was like, y'all can't just have anybody do it. Like, I got to wait for Miss Betty to come back from lunch. And they were like, yeah, basically. And I was like, okay, this is some real HBCU-ish type stuff, right? So we've got to do better on that end. So I agree wholeheartedly with you. You don't have to wait till the schedule comes out to start selling season tickets. Yes. It's a season ticket package. You can print the tickets, or we should go to electronic tickets and not print them anyway. You should download electronic tickets to your phone and save the money on printing tickets and shipping and all that other stuff, hard tickets to people. I got season tickets to the Falcons. I don't have a hard ticket. It's on my phone. Yeah. And like I even went to the extra thing. I got the face entry. I don't even have to wait in the line. Everybody just walk in and scan my face. I'm in the door. So it's like we may not afford the face technology, but we can definitely get them downloaded electronic tickets to where, and they can buy them no matter when the schedule comes out, because you know which games are going to be home and not away, and then you download, and then everybody gets their tickets, and you let them know when they buy them. Hey, schedule hasn't come out. You'll get your season tickets on June 1st, and then we just start sending people their tickets electronically on June 1st, right? And so
right, and that actually is a space for those who enjoy their electronic. But just like Demetri said, there are some older alums, and we see it every week at the quarterback club and other places. They like their printed ticket, and there's nothing wrong with it, because when I go to the airport to get on the flight, sometimes I do it with my phone, and sometimes I go to that kiosk and I print out my ticket, but I have an option. Just depending on what's going on. Maybe I didn't check in early enough, maybe something changed. So some of us will, so I'm a little bit in between. I can do either or, but that technology, we do need, I agree, we do need to take advantage of that. And then, I see
FAMU athletic department. If y'all listen to me, put Klarna on your website. Let the Saints get on Klarna and put their season tickets on Klarna and Afterpay, and watch your sales go up. Okay.
Hey, look at Gail. I'm gonna speak directly to Gail. The fact that your 97-year-old dad is going to a FAMU game, he needs to get it for free.
He does.
Okay. Is he actually going? Because
if he's 97, he going to the game, he need to get it for free. Just show your ID, player. You 97, come on in.
Right. Come on in. We'll let you in.
Come on.
You've been around for a long time. You deserve it. You put in your sweat equity.
Right.
And so Demetria brings up that point that I was talking about. Schedule was out way before the season tickets were available. Her season tickets didn't come to her account until May. We've got to go earlier. I think we need to have a price increase and let people adjust, right, for that.
Yep.
And then, hey, buy season tickets even if you can't make it to all the games, right? And then give it, look, you can auction them off. You can get you a student, right? A student that you have a relationship with. Hey, look,
right.
I know students getting it for free, and that's another thing. I'm gonna help people understand how the state of Florida works in terms of at the athletic department. I think we may have talked about this before, but I'm gonna give this a refresher for folks that hadn't heard this. The big money schools, University of Florida and Florida State, got tired of having their athletic department budgets being public record. When you're a public institution, your athletic department budget becomes public record, and then everybody sees how much money you have. They didn't want that. They want to keep their books separate and off everybody's eyesight, and so they can do whatever they want to with the money. So they lobbied their alumni that are in the state capitol, and they got it to where athletic department budgets are separated from the university budget, so they don't have to show their budgets to everybody and say, hey, here's how we're spending the money. That worked for them. But what also did was it separated the university of ability to give money directly to the athletic department. So FAMU's hands are tied. They can't say, our endowment is X amount, we're going to give this amount to the athletic department every year. You can't do that anymore. So any money that the athletic department has to come through direct donations. So when you go and you want to donate money to FAMU, you have to click athletic department. Because if you just donate to FAMU, it's going to go to a general scholarship fund. It's not going to go to athletic. You have to specify it's going to the athletic department. And then they make their money from the money game and from the tournament. So the only monies that comes from the university to the athletic department is that line on your tuition that says student fees. Athletic fees that you used to see. What is this? That's the only money that they can get directly from the university. So the university can do one or two things. They can just let that happen. They can raise that fee amount, right? So they have the ability
other schools do that too.
They can
other
up that
schools raise their
fees to get that to go to the athletic department. But other than that, the athletic department has to raise their own money. University of Florida, Florida State, the bigger schools don't have any problem with that. Miami's private, so we're not bringing them in the situation. But for smaller schools that are state schools, it's much harder on us because we've already got a small athletic budget, and now we can't get any money to supplement the budget from the university. So this is why I'm advocating for raising the prices. Even though I don't know how many people would go to a baseball game, if they have to charge for it. But you know what? $5 is not gonna kill them. You're not gonna kill anybody. But are the fees associated with generating tickets to the baseball game, is that going to outweigh the $5? What's that break even point to where they can actually make some money from those games trying to create tickets? So we just gotta, you have student fee is high. So I think it needs to be tacked on to the student fees. I think we need to raise that amount because a lot of students are either on scholarship or on loans anyway. So you're not feeling that money. Ain't nobody complaining about student fees.
I didn't feel it. I don't even think I even realized that's what it was until I got older. I was out of college and I realized that I was paying for student fees.
So
and here's one thing.
Somebody figure out what that fee is. Somebody let us know what that fee is now.
What's the student fee right now?
What's the student fee right now?
Here's a quick thing about student fees too. Another thing that kind of ties our hands when we say like some things tie our hands as a university is that our enrollment. So think about just simple math. A UF, for example, go to state, UGA, UCF was what, the largest university in the state of Florida, right? 35,000. Multiply that by whatever the student fee is. That's how much money is going back to that university. Whereas FAMU is capped for different reasons. You know, that could send us to a whole other path. So not only do they raise the student fees, but they have a lot of students because they're able to have a lot of students. So our student fees help us. But imagine when we're able to double and triple our student population, you know, again, through other means that are sometimes above us, a lot of times above us, that student fee from simple math makes a difference.
Okay, so he said it was 209. So you got to think about, UCF is
65,000 students now.
That's
crazy.
One of the
that's insane.
They're the largest commuter school. So a lot of those students are commuter students at UCF. So they don't have that many students like on campus, but they got a lot of commuter students at UCF.
And they still paying that fee.
And they still paying that student fee, right? So multiply that by $200, and they're saying it was 200 in 2009. So I know it's more than that in 2024. Multiply 65K or 70K by 200.
That's crazy.
And think about that.
That's our money game right there.
When they changed the structure in the state of Florida in terms of the ratio of students that had to be from the state, that changed a lot of things because when I was there was like 11,000, 12,000 students on campus at FAMU, which is we were the largest HBCU period by enrollment at that time. But we had a lot of students that were coming in from out of state. When they changed the tier system and they said you had to have a certain percentage of your students coming from in-state, that impacted a significant way the number of students. And so at one point, I think we had dropped down to like 6,500, 77,000 students. And now we're coming back up. I think we're like 8,000 or 9,000 now. But we got to have bodies on campus. And to have that many students applying to the school, I know we're building a lot of new dorms now, which is great because we need to up the enrollment and then up those fees with the enrollment. Because there's a lot of brand new building on that campus. There's a lot of activities, a lot of things students could do right on campus. There's no reason they shouldn't be upping that fee. And especially if the students are getting into these games for free. Oh, hell no. I need to up that fee. Like we're about 10,000 now. Thank you, Demetria. Wow.
Yeah, we're up at 10,000, about 10,000 now. So we've got to figure out.
Yeah, this is crazy.
We've got to figure out a way to sustain.
On the table.
Yeah, and again, some of it, and we won't sit here and act like our leadership can, doesn't have the hands tied sometimes in these numbers in every way possible. It's not all, we're a state institution. So as you've stated previously tonight, like we are bound to some of these state rules as it pertains to enrollment, as it pertains to guidelines and things of that nature that kind of put us in a box, in a parameter that stifles our revenue generating opportunities. So, we know that's what it is.
300, just think about this. University of Florida
Let's put that back up there.
60,000, almost 61,000 students.
Right.
At $381.
That's crazy.
Per.
That's crazy.
Think about how what impact that could have on the athletic department. If we have 10, let's leave out. Let's go with our numbers. 10,000 students at 250. What would that do? How much money would that put into the athletic department? Y'all do the math. I'm old.
It's
Let's see,
double because we
let's
already
see,
did
let's see
the
what you do the
math.
math real fast in the chat.
2.4, right? Because we said it was 1.2 for 5,000. Come on, y'all. Use your brain now. We said it was 1.2 for 5,000.
I know that's right, teacher.
Okay, well, I was close.
Yeah.
English,
You went in the educator mode right there.
I did.
So that's $2.5 million that could go directly into, and that's directly from the university. Then the money game goes on top of that. So now we're looking at pushing our athletic budget to $3-4 million. Now we've got some wiggle room. I'm the Fangs up. I don't care. The university, what's the state flagship? You're right. They have plenty of money. They got money to burn. But this is a good question, Demetria. I don't know if it's the board. I don't know if it's the board of trustees or the board of directors that has the ability to change those fees. But whoever we need to start whispering to, I need to find that out. And I know a couple of people that are on the board of trustees, so I'm gonna start asking them directly. Hey, who has the ability to change those student fees?
What are the current fees? Did we find out?
I think it looked like B Stark said he just Googled. This is what he just Googled.
$16?
Wow, come on, man.
Come on.
Wait, it says total in-state fees 151, out of state.
Oh.
No,
athletic fee, and it was $16.97.
Both in-state and come on, man. Come on, man.
Wait a minute. I'm not understanding these two numbers. He said $16.97 as a 20.
Oh, that's per credit. Total. Right. That's per credit hour. That's per credit
hour. Got it. Okay. Because I was about to say.
Woo. I was
Put that back up there, Demetria.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Because I was having a moment.
I was about to say, wait a minute.
Put that back up there, Demetria, please. So I can.
You talking about the B Starks?
No, yeah. The yes.
So that's $250. If you did 15 credit hours, that's $254.55. That's what your athletic fee would be, $254.55. So they might be getting $2.5 million, which is why they can pay for those other sports, because they can't just pay for it from that check we got from Miami and the basketball. So they are getting that. So we need to up that amount to maybe like a flat $20 per credit hour.
Is that per class? Is that per class? Because if it's per credit hour, that means it has to be per class. So if I'm taking 4 classes, that means can you put that back, Ashley?
Oh, I'm sorry.
If I'm taking 4.
No, remember, a class is 3 credit hours. So
classes, so if I'm taking 4 classes, right, that's 12. Most we doing between 12 and 15 hours. Right. So this fee is $151. That's for 1 class. So if I'm taking 4 classes, it's $151 times 4. That means they're paying a nice hefty fee. And if I'm out of state, I'm paying $550 times 4. I'm paying a real lot of money. I'm paying almost $2,500, $3,000 in athletic fees each semester. So the students are carrying the load.
I think.
And then I've heard conversations where sometimes the students or even the parents of the students kind of complain about the potential of raising fees even more. And there's 2 sides to the coin, right?
Yeah,
you make one change on one end, somebody's not gonna like it on the opposite end, right? So, but you still got to do what's for the greater good of the unit. So you do get that too, but it just comes with the territory, in my opinion.
I think I've got real numbers of Black people complaining because we complain about free stuff. Okay, so I'm not. Look, it's what it is. You want to remain. You want to be able to still brag differently. There's costs associated with that. Costs are going up. We need to renovate that stadium. It's in bad shape, right?
The bathrooms are crazy.
we go to Bragg Stadium because we love FAMU, but it's terrible. Have you seen some of these stadiums at these other schools? HBCUs.
Alabama State is amazing.
Stadium is off the chain.
Yes, it is.
We got Alabama State Stadium.
Amazing.
Getting it, right? So we've got to do a better job overall Still love her, still ride and die, and I'm still being Brad, at homecoming. So don't get it twisted. I'm still riding.
Yeah, we're
still
gonna be
going.
there.
I'm just saying that with this, we can't just keep doing the same thing over and over again. That's the definition of insanity, right? Expecting a different result. If we want to be able to compete across the board from an athletic department standpoint, one, that's why we're here on Fang Exchange. So go to fangexchange.com. Make sure that you are paying. We're trying to get that $10,000 goal. We're still on our way. Buy the t-shirt. If you want the t-shirt, Ashley, throw the shirts up. The shirts are fire. My man, Elijah Rutledge put together.
Yeah, right before I throw that shirt up,
so
they made Fangs Up made a good point right before I throw this shirt up. Those fees do include more than just athletic fees. So every penny is not going directly to athletics. So that's just, of course,
exactly.
So it actually helps prove the point.
We got to go up on those fees, and the athletic portion's got to go up. Yes, we
fail to make those. Yep.
Man, don't get us started on that. We had that conversation amongst ourselves.
I was about
to say, us started.
Or we fall for some dude talking about he gonna give us $250 million.
All right, next.
Cut the flag on the play.
Time out. All right, I think it's time to put the shirts. I think it's time to put the shirts up now.
On that note,
you about to get me started up in there, okay?
Okay, so. Like Ellis has already kind of did the alley, and here's the dunk. Here's the slam dunk. There it is. So actually, ironically enough, I have the shirt on right now. I have the cream version on of the shirt. They're available. Fixmysoul.com is the website. You have your option between black, cream, and white. You actually have the option to buy all three. You have an option to buy two of the three. You don't have to just stop at one. You can get as many colors and many sizes as for the family and all. Make sure Ellis put the fixmysoul.com website in the chat. So you're welcome to click on there. It's right on the front page as soon as you go there. The shirts are complete, are finished. We have plans. We actually did Nugget. We did a photo shoot today. So some content is coming with our athletes in these shirts. As soon as that content is ready, we'll put it out on the platforms and the different spaces and kind of even showcase some on here when we come back on a weekly basis. So just make sure you're supporting. Buying a shirt doesn't, it doesn't make us rich. Myself, Ellis, Tashay, Eli, Tyrone, all the other people involved. We don't do well off of this, and we're okay with that. But what it does is help the athletes that we've put on week to week. I see Gail says she got her shirt. It's on the way, Gail. I actually saw them today, so I know they're real. I know they're real. So anybody else?
Let me say this.
Anybody else?
Ashley said we don't do well.
I'm sorry.
No, I was saying I just wanted to clarify. You said we don't do well. Understand? We don't get anything at all. Like Ashley said, we don't do well. Let me just clarify. We don't get anything. No. Okay. We don't zero. Get anything. This goes to the athlete.
I didn't say that right.
And the owner. Yeah, we don't get anything. Yes,
we don't get anything. I don't want nobody to be confused. We actually put funds into the pot because we want to make sure that this is done correctly, is done right. So we actually pay into things, and we don't have a problem with it. So those memberships, when you pay into it, Gail, when you buy your shirts, and everyone else, when you get your shirts, when you go and decide to be a member, when you buy your hats that I have on right now, they pair very well with the shirt, as you can see. And all the different colors that you will be able to see. Nothing comes back to us. So that's one thing we want to always be clear about and transparent about. The funds go to administrative costs, like keeping up a website, doing graphics and things of that nature, and going directly back to our athletes. And they can attest to that thus far. So we're always in need. This is a initiative. NIL is an initiative. So if we think about the same way we think about nutrition as an initiative, and we always need more food because it gets disposed of on a regular basis, NIL is the exact same concept. So if you believe in NIL, if you believe in our student athletes, and it's not just a football thing, we're in the thick of football season, but basketball season is very close. Volleyball season is actually going on right now. This is not only about football. That's another thing that we want to make sure we're clear about.
We got Shaq's son. Didn't Shaq's son transfer to Fang on the basketball team?
I think he committed. I'm not sure if he's actually. I'm assuming he signed and will be here soon. But yes, Shaq's son is a member. He did do the official signing and everything. Yeah. So cool. So I don't think about it. From Texas Southern, and our basketball coach, Coach Crary, is fiery. He is a competitor. Like you have to believe in him just by listening to him talk. And we're all excited to get the basketball. Let me put this up on the screen too. We're all excited to see the product that he's able to put on the court. He's brought some guys in. He's kept some guys from the previous year. So we're just excited. We want to come on tonight and kind of talk those money games, talk about any updates we have. One thing we do want to show, don't forget about the shirt, but I'm going to show you one more thing. So here are some. So we got some swag tackle leaders for week 2, and our guy Deco is at the top. 21 tackles. FAMU. As you see, there's quite a few FAMU names on there. So one thing we want to do is make sure is that we're highlighting our guys and make sure we're highlighting not only just our Fang Exchange. We love FAMU, so we're about FAMU, but more specifically our Fang Exchange athletes. And Deco is leading.
Deco is one of them. He's definitely. He's
so
an
keep
NIL
in mind,
athlete.
So anytime you buy a hat, anytime you pay into a membership, anytime you give a one-time contribution, you are helping people like Deco, who's leading the SWAC. And we're very soon to head into SWAC play. We're gonna play Troy next after this bye week, but we'll be soon heading into SWAC play, which is we got to make it count. Like we're trying to get back and hoist the trophy for a second time. And the only way you do that is by having, qualified athletes who are role models on the field, in the classroom, around campus, at home, all of the above, in the locker room. So make sure you're looking out, make sure you're contributing, making sure that you're staying in tune. We appreciate all of the viewers that we currently have watching through Twitter, directly through YouTube. We appreciate everyone who is commenting and keeping the conversation going. That always makes it easy to talk. Me, Ellison, into shake and talk. No worries. We can talk about this. We love FAMU. We love sports. We'll talk about this all day, but it's even better when you all engage with us. So thank you for that. We appreciate
y'all give us so much energy. August Jamal Show. Thank you, Demetra. You've been with us. You were the first commenter, so we love you. Gail, I see you. Fangs Up Podcast. You've been a great supporter. My man, B Starks. B Starks is Beta New Spring 91. That's my
August
dude.
Jamal Show. Everybody's been very interactive, so we love to see it, and we'll be back next week to give you more content, more information, more conversations. And do we want to talk about our ticker? Okay,
yeah, I was about to say that we have added in another feature. We're still we'll be implemented in the next show or two, but we will be having call-ins, so you guys will be able to call in and talk to us specifically. We don't want to just sit here and talk all night. We want y'all to come and talk with us. So the number is going across. That will be the number. Put it in your phone, save it as them Fang Exchange people that y'all love to talk to all night. And make sure you meet us back here on Thursday. Also, meet us in Bragg on the 28th. It's 19,000 people. I'm the fusser of the group, okay? It's 19,000 people that can fit in Bragg. I want all 19,000 of those seats full on September 28th when we play Alabama A&M. I believe it's is it a green game? I think it's a green game. Make
Somebody
sure
in the chat,
you're there.
can you tell us which color game it is? This
I think it's green. I
got my green pants on.
You got your green.
I know that's right. You already ready.
28.
In Bragg. It's a green. All right, penalty talk. Let us know.
Appreciate
it's a green game.
Appreciate you, penalty talk. Green game. That's what's up. So I'm about to get my pants dry clean. Get ready to go. So, and also just for FYI, that is also fall preview. So it's going to be a lot of energy on campus. That weekend as well because of fall preview. So if you like to go where there's a lot of energy in Tallahassee, that's a great game to go to. I see you, Meredith. Okay, I see Ashley. Great job.
I see you, Ashley.
Oh yeah. So that's what's up. So guys, please, if you've already made a donation, sign up for a membership where it's just a monthly, because we know this NIL is not going away. So if you can contribute something monthly, that would be great. Just have it as a direct deposit. It's going to be tax deductible. You get your tax deduction thing, so you can put that on your taxes at the end every year. So this is not just money that you're giving away. There's a tax deduction, so you can lower your taxable income by donating to the NIL exchange. And now you know that money is going to something good. So please, and if you got a friend, if you've already done it, tell a friend. Say, hey, look, there's this great NIL collective. Go to fangexchange.com, have them come watch the program. We can give them all the information that they need so they can sign up. We're trying to reach our $10,000 goal. As you saw last week, we're about 20% on the way. So let's push that number up. We're trying to get to 50% at least by the next home game. Let's get to 50% by the next home game. But we got a $10,000 goal because those students, the athletes still need money. They still need it, and we're trying to grow. Like we were talking before the show. We've got other athletes that we're already looking at. We've got other programs we've got other deals that we're working on. But your money helps us be able to land those athletes and land those deals. Because when we go into these negotiation rooms, they're going to say, "How many people do y'all have donating?" The more of y'all that donate to this program, the better leverage we have to be able to negotiate better deals, not only for our athletes, but to get money from those corporate sponsors that was mentioned in the comments tonight. So we're working on corporate sponsors. We're working on corporate partnerships. But we need to walk in and say, we have 500 alumni that have donated. We've got 1,000 alumni that have donated. Because that shows that there's an investment from you all to be a part of this. And they're like, hey, well, fan unions are invested. We're invested as well. And so it works hand in hand. So share it, tell a friend, get a hat, get one of those fly shirts. I'm gonna be wearing mine. I already got my cream outfit. Home. We got to get outfits together. What I mean? I already got my cream outfit. Go with the cream shirt. I'll be killing the homecoming. Don't test me because you might get me dirty. Gotta wash your hands before you test me. I'm just gonna tell you straight up. So I'm really looking forward to seeing everybody. But make sure, please, this really is an important cause. We come here, we donate our time every Thursday to come here. We really believe in what's going on. We believe in our athletes, and we want to support our school. And we thank everybody that comes here with us each and every Thursday. But bring a friend with you next Thursday. We want to get our viewership up. We want to get the dollars up so the athletes feel the love that we have for the school through you all. So I'm off my soapbox, but I appreciate y'all.
Oh, and make sure we're at the tail end, but we need to get those likes up as well. So we have some active viewership. We have active commenters. We want to make sure, and this also helps the bottom line of Fang Exchange when you actually like the page, like the show, subscribe. Those are the easy things that we talked about on that very first show. What can you do? You can like, subscribe, share, tell a friend. Those things don't cost you anything but a couple of seconds and a little bit of energy. And you're already here, so you might as well, right? So just I'm off my soapbox next. Any parting words to Shay? Thank you, Tamara T. We always love to see you here.
See y'all
Charles Rollins, thank you so much. Gail, when I'm back at the quarterback club, I gotta make sure I find you because I've been there. This is at least my third time being there in probably the last month, and I still haven't seen you. So we got to make that happen. And we're gonna take a picture too. So be cute. I'm gonna be cute.
Look, Gail, you've been on the show. You're one of our most loyal viewers. You know what you look like.
That's absolutely right. That's absolutely right. So we can go ahead and we'll talk to you guys. Meet us back here next Thursday. We take some rest this weekend. Let's watch some other SWAC football. Let's watch some other college football and not have to be worried about our own team for this week. They get some rest. We'll get some rest, and we'll be back ready to talk about our next upcoming game.
Go Rattlers.
Go Rattlers.
See y'all. We striking.